live.
Hello, everyone. It's your boy, Billy B. I hope you are doing well. Hello to YouTube, and hello to Facebook, and hello to Instagram. We have the man, the myth, and the legend. And there's people that I meet.
I'm looking for someone right now in my back.
Yeah, you're looking for yourself. Is what you're Listen, I meet people that I meet them, and within about 30 seconds, I feel this kindred spirit of desire to make an impact. And gosh, I want to think the way this person thinks. There's people that I meet, I'm like, I want to be more like that. And then I go ride bicycles with my kids on this random place, and I'm riding my bike by, and I see this same guy that I saw dressed up in his suit, delivering a talk to thousands of people, hanging out with his kids randomly on the Greenway. And so those of you tuning in on Instagram, those of you tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube, this is Sangram, and he is an incredible, incredible guy. I feel like I want to get really, really informal because I feel like we're buds. We can talk like that, but I feel like we should
know each other.
But I'm just a fan, and you are coming to be our very first speaker at the Elevate Summit, and I am so thrilled about that, man. So tell the folks that don't know you a little bit about you, and I'm going to turn Instagram around so you guys can see right here. Let's see. Let's turn this around so they can see you on Instagram, and everybody else can as well. So Sangram, tell them what's up.
Man, well, Billy, again, thank you so much for having me. It's fun. I can't wait to be there in person. I don't know if that's a big news or not, but man, I want to get out of the house for a little bit and kind of do something and come back. But just a little bit about myself. I run a company called Terminus. You're based in Atlanta. We have grown in the last 5 years from about 3 co-founders in a makeshift place to about 250 people. So it's been really, really good.
Wait. For those of you that are listening, I want to make sure I heard those numbers correctly. You said 3 people to 25 people, right?
No, 3 people to 250 people.
Okay, I knew that's what you said. I just want to make sure everybody else heard.
Yeah.
I want to stop and have a whole hour-long interview with, but just the fact that you were able to do that. But listen, when you hear Sangram talk at the summit, the topic he's talking about is how not to become a commodity just for growing numbers, right? That's not your goal, is to grow numbers. It's to grow communities. But I don't want you to miss the fact, those of you listening, if you haven't got your ticket, go to elevateexperiences.com/summit, because he's going to share some of his secrets about how you did that. So keep going, but I want to make sure everybody heard 3 to 250. That's amazing.
And you know, within that, like, I feel, and I'm glad you brought that up around community, because I didn't go and think like that's how we're going to do it. Like, I wish, Billy, I could come and say, hey, you know, I'm so smart. We are so smart as an organization that we figured this out from day one. But honestly, it wasn't like that. It was, you know, bumping into one wall and bumping into another wall and just trying to figure out our way. And in the process, we just feel like we stumbled upon this incredible way of building an organization that is purely based on a ton of community-oriented things that we as humans want to be part of. But for whatever reason, we become this corporate. And I think when I say corporate, to me, it like a giant building comes in front of me. And nobody wants to talk or do business with a giant building. You want to do business with people. So the idea of building a community, through that, building an organization, through that, building a great set of people that you want to work with every single day, has been an incredible blessing for me and a ton of people around me.
Yeah, and I know that you're our first speaker on day 1, and then day 2, which is the 5th. So you're going to be speaking on the 4th. So our conference itself it's from 1 to 5 o'clock on Thursday and 1 to 5 o'clock on Friday, Eastern Standard Time. You're starting off our day 1, which I'm pumped about. But our day 2 is Jeff Henderson, who's starting off our second day. So, I mean, we got like the all-star leadoff hitters. And I know you mentioned Jeff as somebody who's really impacted you. I know you've been involved with his staff and things. So how does that feel to have you and Jeff Henderson as like our 2 start-off speakers?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm glad I'm not going after him, because that would not be a good place to be for me specifically. But no, man, I love his message. And I think that message is very important right now. What do you stand for is so much more important. I hope everybody this year has taken the time to write it down. Or if they haven't, I think I will challenge everybody to do that. And I wrote down in every notebook I write it down as to what matters to me and what do I want to stand for in some way, shape, or form in my life, in my personal life, for my business, for my friends, for my faith. And it's really important. I think this time has called us to do that more openly.
Yeah, 100%. And I know that at the summit, you're going to be diving in deeper of this concept of community, and you call it belongship, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful way to your community allows you to not become a commodity. And that just so stuck with me the first time I heard that message. So I'm really, really excited about you being one of our speakers. But you know what? I love watching you on LinkedIn, and I love watching the way you share your very professional insights. And I love recently you put together this opportunity for people to pitch to you and to your team about their idea, and how when you first started, you weren't great at pitching what you're doing and you're trying to narrow it down. But I also saw that this morning you postponed what you were going to do just based on what's happening in our world. I'd love for you to talk about that for a second. It's like almost like the elephant in the room about what's happening in our culture. And I'd love for you for a second, just people to hear your heart about where things are, even down to the haircut you got this morning.
Yeah.
I love your post about that. Just share a little bit of your heart of where things are in our current culture and where your stance is.
Yeah, man. So LinkedIn Live, it's been fun to just do that. I think every week I'm doing 2 or 3 times a week, but every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, I'm letting people come and pitch their ideas. As a matter of fact, Billy, this is the funniest thing. Every salesperson that ever reaches out to me, I'm like saying, hey, oh, great idea. Pitch me at 9 a.m. On Monday morning. He's like, yeah, fine. Well, tell me what Zoom. No, not Zoom. On my LinkedIn Live, just pitch me. And it's so funny that once or twice as people tried it, they are like, oh my God, I got to get my CEO to pitch. I got to bring this person to pitch. So it's a really fun thing. But I'm doing that because I felt like I was really horrible at pitching. And when in the first investor conversations I had before 5 years ago, and I still feel like a lot of people don't spend time or practicing how they're going to pitch. And more importantly, they don't get great feedback, like direct feedback from people as to what's wrong or how could they done better. So I'm just doing that at 9 a.m. Eastern. I was going to do it this morning, and everything going on, it just made me sick. So here's what I did. I canceled it and I went to go get a haircut. The person I get a haircut, his African-American, good friend. And we sat down and I just asked, like, because you can't stop not talking about or asking about this. And I'm like, hey, what do you think about the current situation? And he showed me the book, The Magic of Thinking Big. And I'm like, okay, so you're reading The Magic of Thinking Big. I got that. Like, that's a great book. And he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, well, how are you thinking about it? How are you dealing with this? And he said, look, it's all about perspective. I can go around today and burn down some buildings, okay? But tomorrow, it will be really sad for me and everybody around me. And people are going to keep remembering the negativity that comes with it. Or I can create hope. I can go and hug people. I can give love to people. I can really help people today. And every haircut I give, I actually make people smile and make their day better. And in that way, you know what? I'm going to still protest. I'm going to still make sure that people heard and hear the voice and the challenge that we're all facing right now. But in a way, that's how I'm going to change the world. And to me, Billy, that was like, I walked in there like with my heads down, like my head was down. I was like, I just walked in like a dead man, and I walked out of there like inspired, like ready to go. So I feel like we all can use a little bit more hope. And the way we go about it today goes back to Jeff's message of what do you stand for. There are ways you can stand for something and the ways that you shouldn't stand for something. Like, so I feel it showed a lot of character and hope to me. Yeah, I love that. And I love that it's one haircut at a time. It's me in my context doing what I'm doing, make people smile, to encourage people. Those of you that are tuned in on Instagram right here, I want to say hello. Go to elevateexperiences.com/summit. We have an amazing event coming up this Thursday and Friday. Sangram Vajre is one of our speakers, and he's going to be sharing this concept of belongship. We're doing a little pre-events, get to know you. And I got a chance, Sangram, to call my great friend Jason Eskridge, who's an African-American who lives up in Nashville, Tennessee. He sang at my wedding. I've went on a mission trip to South Africa with him about 20 years ago. He's like a friend that we got caught on a safari where our tire got stuck in a pothole. There was a giant lion about to attack both of us. So we've had some crazy up and down moments together. And I called him when all this was happening, and he said something very interesting to me. He said, Billy, right now you're angry. He said, I was angry about 25 years ago. He said, now I'm just really tired. He said, I want you to meet me with a better conversation. Those of you with
with that sort of skin tone color that's just a little bit different, just meet me with a better conversation. Don't meet me with your anger. Meet me with your understanding. Meet me with try to encourage me in my exhaustion. So it's been really interesting for me just to do a better job of listening. So that's really what this summit's all about. And frankly, just like a lot of folks, we considered canceling or postponing our event this week, just a lot of what was going on. But we knew we had so many great speakers that are locked in and people that are communicating. They're going to take people's message to the next level. So I just want to say thank you for being with us, and love for just any closing thoughts you have, or something you're thinking about today as we close out our time.
I think when we come to the message, so thanks for keeping the event, because the event that you're putting together, I think, will be more historic than maybe you thought. And I feel like this idea of the longship, the more I'm sharing with it, with my heart and my passion, I feel like it's bigger than an organization. It's more of a movement idea in a sense. So I feel like we all need the longship in our life. We all need communities in our life. And right now, everybody has an opportunity to build that community around them and be part of. Maybe if you don't want to, then go and be part of somebody else's community, but be part of something. Stand for something, because your voices, if you don't raise your voice, the history is going to look at you, and you're going to be telling your children and grandchildren what you did during these times, and you better have an answer for them.
Woo, that's fire right there. That's what I'm talking about. And those of you that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I just want to say, if you haven't gotten your tickets, our tickets are only $25, which is a ridiculously low price. The reason we're doing that is we want to get as many people as we can there to see. And so they're for sale now, elevatedexperiences.com/summit. That's up there on the screen, as you can see. Go there, get your ticket. Sangram is our very first speaker the first day. We're going to have a little fun, kind of get you acclimated at 1 o'clock, and then he'll start a bit after that. But I'm excited to have you live in our studio. One of our few that's in Atlanta. We got folks from literally all over the nation that are going to be speaking with us. But the fact that you're going to be here live, we'll be appropriately 6 feet away and all those things. But yeah, man, I'm excited you're with us, my friend.
I am super excited. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody who's going to be joining in. This is going to be a lot of fun.
You got it. Thanks, Sangram. We'll see you soon.
See you.
Thanks. Bye.